Hello everybody, how is it going today? It's now 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm going to talk about how you guys could have made 2 to 3% here as a day trader. So I am a day trader, as you guys know by now, and I wanted to go over, first of all, this was my $900 profit that I made. Okay, these were my positions right here. I was racking up my shorts from 8,540-ish, 8,522, and I closed my positions. This was for 4 Bitcoin. This was for 4 Bitcoin, so I was playing a $32,000 position, but it's proportional, right guys? Like, you got to remember that these are proportional for a day trader, and regardless of how big you play or how little you play, it's the skills that you're acquiring, right? So don't ever think about it like I'm bragging, guys. Okay, I'm trying to teach you guys and show you guys the skills that I want to, you guys to have as well, so you can incorporate it into your day-to-day trading. And this is what I do honestly day-to-day, right? I just play in the crypto market for fun, and I look for opportunities. And our job as a day or a swing trader is to develop a very keen eye. So we try to develop a keen eye because we want to look for more opportunities that offer very good rewards with very little risk. And remember that without risk, there's no possibility of reward. So I want to go over how I made this quick $900 for you guys, all right? So it starts off with my tweet at 5:12, all right? It started off with my tweet and my video, if you guys saw it on steemit, where I posted almost 2 hours ago actually, right? 5-minute update, 30-minute RSI. Are we bearishly diverging, right? I asked a rhetorical question, and I tweeted this as well, and I tweeted that right here, it could be grasping on straws, and this sideways movement could very much so continue for a while, right? But I wrote here, despite sideways price action, we see the same lows, right? We see RSI with the same lows and lower highs though, which can be seen as bearish divergence. You guys need to understand that, right? It was a descending triangle on the RSI. Now let me show you this, okay? So once again, guys, do not in any way take this like I'm bragging. No, it is not like that. This is called leading by example and showing by example. This is showing you guys proof in the pudding, okay? I don't know any traders online, guys, on Twitter or on YouTube that is as transparent as I am with some of my trades, right? Not all of them, of course, but with the ones that I want to keep as a lesson, of course, I'm going to show you guys them, right? And my losses, like if I ever lose, like I'll definitely show you guys, but you know what? It's been a while since I've had a major loss, right? I've been dollar cost averaging my positions incredibly well, and I've been swing trading now, and actually I'm getting to be a pretty good swing trader, so I'm kind of excited to show you guys what I've been learning as well, okay? So please don't ever take this in any way like I'm showing off. It's not like that. I wouldn't be making these videos for you guys if I was showing off, right? It's because I want you guys to actually learn and know what I know. These are very valuable lessons that should carry with you, okay? So it started off with me just rhetorically asking, right? Are we in a downtrend? So if we actually look on the 30-minute RSI right here, we have to make sure that we can spot these things. Play this game called I Spy with my little eye and draw it out like that, okay? So what we see is RSI bearishly diverging. We get a series of lower of the same lows, right? But we're asking ourselves, how many times can it pound at this until it pounds down below it? How many times can this point right here defend until it just starts to break down out of it, right? So that was the first point that I made about 2 hours ago, okay, on this guy. Then the next point that I made was this one right here. I wrote on my Twitter, hang tight, 45-minute MACD will tell a story in 17 minutes. And this was actually around 2 hours ago, okay? So the 45-minute MACD looked like it was about to cross over already, right? And I was also talking about it on my Twitter as well, about how we were getting a series of bearish divergences right here, and the MACD as well. It was just about to cross over. We were losing 100% steam. That's why I tweeted this right here. And I wrote, hang tight, the 45-minute MACD will tell a story in 17 minutes. And then the very last one gave it away when I tweeted this one right here. I wrote, finally, this was at 6:02, which was about an hour ago. Finally, some rejections at the 55 EMA to the upside. I was actually just hanging out in bed, right? And I was tweeting this from my phone on TradingView, hoping it cascades over to higher time frames soon. So I was in bed just tweeting this right here. And the reason why I tweeted this is because notice how the 55 EMA, we break below it, and then we get a series of wicks to the upside that's being rejected, right? So you're rejecting, it's trying to go up, but it's rejecting it down. It's trying to go up, it's rejecting it down. It's trying to go up, it's rejecting it down. And you have to understand my 55 EMA strategy to be successful at this, okay? So on an uptrend, guys, what we see very clearly is that on an uptrend, even on a 5-minute chart, for example, right, the yellow line is well below all the moving averages. But if you actually look on the big uptrend, right, the yellow line is well below the moving average, right? And all of these ones, if you guys remember, that's where I suggested to go into a position, right? We see it just slightly bouncing off of here. It couldn't even get below it. It bounced off of there. So that's where you guys should have entered your position a while ago because it kept bouncing off of the 55 EMA. So what you do is you enter a long position when it bounces a few times like this, okay? You set your stop loss for the recent swing low, right? And then you obtain your target by the channel. So if you guys want to actually review everything from way back over here, let's actually do it, right? Let's go to a 45-minute chart here, for example. How would you have targeted that? You would have entered it based on right there, what I just mentioned. You would have drew a trend line support right there, and you would have just targeted a general area up there, preferably in the average range of both of these, between this one and that one. And clearly, we're seeing a trend line right now, right? Okay, makes sense? And that's where you would have targeted for a quick 4.49% gain on the upside. Now, what about on the downside, all right? On the downside, that's why we have to make note of the 55 EMA now. This is a very crucial strategy for you guys to understand. You have to understand this strategy. Now that we've actually crossed over a few times, this is what I was tweeting on my phone. Right here, this region right here, guys, okay? Right there. They were getting a series of rejections to the upside, rejection to the upside now. Instead, it's doing the opposite. And here, guys, it was almost a dead giveaway. Rejection. Try to get up there. Rejection. Rejection. So what you should have done is you should have, first of all, kept your trend line channel like this, right? You would have kept your trend line channel. You would have entered yourself into a short position like how I did, right? Just around this general area, okay? Or even right over here, it doesn't really matter. As soon as you started to see that series of rejections, you would have chosen the most recent swing high, okay? The most recent highest point as your stop loss. You need to understand that stop losses are here as a way to minimize loss, right? To minimize and reduce your loss. Being a trader is all about money management. If you can't manage your money, how can you become a successful trader? Okay, you got to really remember that, guys. And I'm trying to make sure that you understand these basic things. That you would have targeted a very, very awesome channel support, right? Or you could have even been not as generous with your stop loss there. You could have allocated a super tight one, maybe to slightly above there. And you would have got yourself an easy risk to reward, even something like this maybe, right? Choose your support, your stop loss from back to about 3-4 hours ago. It's up to you guys, but we still get an easy 4.66 to 1 risk to reward ratio, right? And that's how you would have played the entire day. I didn't actually catch this uptrend because I just woke up, if you guys remember, right? I was still in bed. But yeah, of course I shorted this one, guys. Absolutely, I shorted this one because it just made sense from everything that I've explained to you thus far. So I really hope that it's starting to stick, guys. I'm making these lessons because I really want to see you guys become better traders, right? You guys have seen many of my live trade videos. You've seen many of my tweets, etc. I just want to make sure that I can lead by example rather than just walking the walk, right? Rather than just walking the walk. You know, that's not really cool. You got to be able sure, you got to make sure that you can talk the talk as well, right? So yeah, so that's how I was able to make an easy $900 in literally one trade there. So I was just racking from 8,000, 545, 522, etc. I was just accumulating very, very slowly. I didn't want to. It wasn't really much. It's only 4 Bitcoin. Right? Well, I apologize. I didn't mean to sound like that there, but it to some people it's not a lot. So I was playing only 4 Bitcoin, right? It wasn't enough to move the market or anything. And then I took my profit a little bit too early. That's the truth. I took my profit a little bit too early, around 80, like over here actually, way too early. And that was actually an honest accident. I didn't mean to, but I also thought that this area right here, okay, this like these general areas right over here was going to act as kind of a resistance, right? Like right around there. That's what I thought. It was going to act as a resistance first, but clearly it really didn't, and I should have targeted lower end. So I learned something myself as well from this trade, and I'm really glad that I lost out on some profit. You know, it could have been a much bigger, it could have been the difference between like $300 profit, right? So it could have been a $1,200 profit instead of $900, for example, right? So it just goes to show that if I had waited a little bit more patiently and targeted the actual trend line right here, it could have been a lot more money for me as well. So anyways, I just want to do a very quick review video of how you could have made yourself some money here, how you could have made yourself like a 2.8% profit there in a very short amount of time, and how we play these kinds of EMA strategy for shorting the market. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, I would definitely appreciate an upvote on steemit. Make sure you guys head over to the steemit, because you'll see a very, very detailed section of how to play this in written format. You guys are going to see tons of information on steemit if you guys don't go there. Trust me, I'm not here to just get your upvote, guys, okay? I blog a lot on steemit because there's a lot more content that I can convey there. I understand that some people learn differently, right? Not everybody learns through a video, but some people learn better. Not everyone learns through listening. Some people learn different ways. Some people like to read. Some people are visual learners. Some people are, audible learners, right? So I just want to cater to all the different types of people that learn differently. All the different kinds of people that learn in different ways, right? And while you're there as well, sure, every upvote of yours, it gets me like 1/10 of a cent or something, to be honest, right? But they can add up over time. Like maybe I'll get like $5, $10 a post as well. So it kind of definitely benefits each other mutually. And I know that you guys always support and love me, and I love you guys as well. You guys are my baby whales. So I really hope that this has been a very valuable lesson. That is always the ultimate goal. So have yourselves a great day, baby whales, tiny dolphins, and many, many little penguins. May you always march to safety. Bye now.